Hey, you handsome fellow. Oh, me? Yes, you. You look like you're ready to learn about some Google Sheets. Yep, because you see this little dinky thing? We don't want that from Trailblazer next year. We're gonna fix that by learning all sorts of cool stuff in Google Sheets and maybe a little bit of Excel. Wow! So far, Google Sheets seems to be what works best for me, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna jump into it. Wow, look at all of this amazing data we have here. So this is my first sheet that I made. It's not very nice looking. It's kind of organized, but it was a damn good try if I ever saw it. So this side, we have our jewelry. You take in, this is the input, this is the output. It all says it up here, but the fun part is that it also says whether or not you're going to be losing money or making money, which I think is pretty cool. So everything in the green, we're making money. Everything in the red, we're not making money. Yep. So it provides a nice visualization of what's immediately available. That's what I like about it. And over here we have everything that you enchant. So a ruby ring down here, and this is if you enchant it, which is not a good idea. One thing I should mention is that this is not the actively traded price. This is just what the old school GE database says. This is not necessarily going to be its true price. I'm not gonna go into that. There's a lot of really cool videos out there that explain flipping and price stuff. But here's your intro to data tracking 101 blah blah blah. And I'm pulling all of these from the old school RS wiki. They have all of their prices conveniently made down here, which are real-time prices. Here we are. This is the price tracker blah blah blah. You can get it from here. I have an easier time doing it from here. So yeah, yep, this is where we're gonna do it, and this is where we're gonna put the information. But we're gonna make a new one of these. This is messy. I don't like this. We're gonna get rid of it. I've worked on a couple different formats. It's messy. Do better! We've got our new sheet. Let's rename it Old School Price Tracker. And so we're going to select our first cell. And in Google Sheets, you just go enter. And that's going to be like, wow, what's your command? And we're going to do imports. XML. Or I'm sorry, HTML. We're going to get to XML later. We're going to need the URL. Google Sheets has this lovely little, here's what it is, and here's how you do it too. So we're gonna go grab our URL. I'm not gonna use this. It's just a little more difficult, I think, and it really just grabs the information very quickly. What's so great about import HTML is you have these boxes, and each of these boxes is a table. This guy is a little table. This is also a table. Little table. So all it's doing is it's grabbing the way we're gonna do it is it's gonna grab the table, and it's gonna take all of this information and just go, and it's gonna put it right there in front of us. Got our URL. Now we have to put this in quotations. Why that is, I can't remember. I think it has something to do with quotations are oh, this isn't information. We want the name. We don't want what the name is made of. If you know what I mean. I don't think that makes sense. Whatever. Someone who actually does programming will be able to tell you. Gonna do a comma to kind of signify that we're going on to the query, and we're gonna type quote table, close. because that's what we want. We want one of the tables from the wiki. Next, we're gonna do comma. So we're moving on to the index. As you can see, it identifies which table or list should be returned. So table, return to us. We're gonna return table 1 just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Return! Wow, look at that. Look at that. That gave us all of the tables. Just kidding. It gave us this table. Unfortunately, that's way more than we need. There's ways to, pick this apart. We'll get to that another time. So I'm gonna click our first cell here. That's gonna let us go back into our formula. And we're gonna click 2, just to see what it does. Wow, look at that. All of our combat stats. Without the picture, it's not very helpful. But hey, at least we know where that came from. Now, the table we do want, I did this ahead of time, is gonna be table 4. Bam, look at that. So that's gonna give us our total cost. It's gonna give us the profit. If we're making profit, that'll be a negative number if we're losing it. The quantity of each material, cost of each material. Bam! Look at that. That was easy. That was so easy. So you can do that for any of these tables, whatever kind of information you're looking for. If you want to know what this amulet is used in, go down to products. I'm gonna guess that's gonna be table 5. Return to me, amulet of strength. Look at that. But we like numbers. I mean, the game takes hundreds and hundreds, thousands of hours. So trying to reduce that time really makes a difference. Obviously, the most important part is just enjoy it. And I enjoy this kind of stuff. And I hope you do too. So there we go. Wow, that was so easy. That's crazy. Wow. Next up, we're gonna format this so that it tells us if we're making money by making this or losing money. To do that, we're gonna compare a profit with a loss. So we're gonna go to our Ruby amulet, gonna click on Amulet of Strength, and we're gonna go down to, this is probably table 3. 'Cause I don't think these count as tables. I don't know. And look at that, a nasty negative 42. So we're gonna go ahead, equals import HTML. Wow. Let's get our URL. Control C or Command C, depending on if you're Mac or Windows. No judgment on either one. Here we go. Woo! Quotes, comma. Move on to the next item. We need our table. And let's see if I'm right. We're gonna go with table 3 and close parentheses. Table 4, I think. Wow, look at that. So we're gonna format these. They're gonna tell us if they're bad or good numbers, and we want the green good numbers. So we're gonna go up here to format, go down to conditional formatting, and this kind of goes, if it's this, then do this. So format cells if, we're gonna go down to greater than, and for our value, we're gonna do 0. Because if it's making money, it needs to be higher than 0. And you can change the colors to whatever you want. We'll go with this nice earthy green. That's kind of gross, actually. We'll keep it to that nice light green. And we're gonna do the same thing down here, except when we go to format, we're gonna go less than, and we're gonna say 0. And we'll do nah, we're not gonna do goes too sinister. Actually, I'm gonna keep it kind of light. Just makes it a little easier to see. Wow, look at that. That was so darn easy. Done. Wow, look at that. And there's a whole lot of formatting stuff if you wanted to, you know, make them like look nice, try to separate them. That's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. So this is only formatted for one rule. If it's greater than 0, it's going to be green. If it's 0 or below, it's not going to do anything. And that's not particularly useful. So we're going to go into our rule. We're going to apply to range. And if you just click, you know, whatever it is you need, it'll highlight all of them instantly. Goes here, bam, 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 bam. Wow, look at that, look at that. We don't want all of that necessarily. So if we just click, and control click, wow, look at that. D6, D15. Bam, look at that. And now, bam. So as you can see, we did apply our greater than 0 rule, but we have not applied our less than 0 rule. So let's do that now. We're going to click this little box to select our ranges. Control click. Bam! Done. Now we're good. Now we have a live tracker. If it's equal to 0, it's going to be white. I'm going to be kind of surprised if that happens. Not that it's that important anyway. We're done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums up our first Google Sheets tutorial. We're well on our way to upgrading our dinky little ding dong to a big Chad Boy two-handed trophy. Yep. So next video we're gonna go into some more Google Sheet stuff. Maybe we'll go into some data storage, so we can track some prices. Maybe I'll even try to see if we can crack into some GE tracker, which is an even better tool than all. Honestly, like it does all of what we're doing. But hey, you know, what's wrong with doing it a different way? Anyway, yep. That's it, everybody. Goodbye.